My oldest son graduated from Co, so I know a lot about the college, and as I always tell parents, if you have a question and you don't know who to ask, and you know my name and my email, have cards down here, email me. If I don't know the answer, I'll give you to the person who does, even if it's not about financial aid. I'm also sending my youngest one off to college this year, so I know how you're feeling today. And I'm going to let Heidi introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Heidi Patterson, and I am the Director of Student Finance in the business office. So our office is the one you contact when you get that billing statement, have questions about anything coming in to pay the bill, those types of things. I've been here about 15 years. I've also got a child in college, so I know how you feel also.
Hopefully everybody has this little timeline, things to remember. I'm just going to get some highlights from this. Kind of things you might want to know. We are also here for questions afterwards. The financial aid office is open until 3 this afternoon. The business office will be open until 2. So feel free to stop by if you have other questions that we can't answer for you now, or this isn't really the place that you want to ask it. The first 3, 4 actually things on this form, this has already happened. We've already billed you, your payment was due August 1st. If that's coming as a surprise to you, you might want to stop by and talk to us. Make sure that you know how to see the bill. If you don't have your own access, we can help you set you up with that as well. Classes begin on Wednesday. On Wednesday is when FERPA kicks in. And FERPA is what transfers your students' educational record officially to them. At that point, we can't talk to you about much of anything anymore. I can answer general questions, but maybe we've been friends this summer, maybe we talked every week and I've told you everything you needed to know. In order for that to continue, your student has to grant you access to their account. How many people are already familiar with that? Good, good. Heidi is going to show you where, if you're not, Heidi is going to show you where your student can find that on MyCo.
Under the student tab. And then under grandparent access.
Which is really just third-party access. Chances are it's almost always a parent, but students could grant access to another third party, somebody else that was helping pay the bill, that they wanted to make sure they have access. The choices that you can make are financial aid information, loan information, academic information, and student account information. Just a quick note about academic information. That's not like your high school, power school. You really can't see anything there. So I'm just telling you, end of the term grades you can see, but you're not going to see academic progress and tests and things like that. Like the kind of access you might have had in high school. Now Heidi's going to log into Charles and give you kind of a quick demo of what Parent Portal will look like once you have your own access.
So you're going to log in, and then there's a parent tab. And then here you can see if they've given you access to their students. Or you might have 1 or 2 students here, who knows, you've got some brothers and sisters. So all your students will be listed here. You're going to click on the student that you're interested in looking at. And this gives you then access, shows you what you have access to down here.
So you can look at their financial aid awards, you can look at their missing financial aid documents. When it comes time to file tax returns, can a parent see the student's 1098-T?
The information, they can't print the actual form.
Okay. We will send a 1098-T form home, and if you haven't filed taxes yet with a college student, you might need that. So you can see the information, your student will be able to print it, and then we will also send it home. That's available by January 31st of 2019.
And then I clicked on student account information, and this is where you go out. I'm not going to do it, most of you are familiar with it, but this is where you go out to view your bill or to create a billing, like a course and fee statement. So the one thing I do want to show you under my account balances is if you click on the amount due right here, it's going to give you an entire account history from day one of when your student started at CO. So by the time they're a senior, there's a lot of information out here, but it's every charge, financial aid, refund, everything that ever happened on their student account, you can see the entire history of it. A lot of people don't realize that's available, so it could be, yeah.
So it might be something your accountant, if you use one, wants to see when you're trying to do taxes. Just be aware that that information is out there.
So I think it's a timeline.
Okay. October 1st, 2018, for those of you who filed a FAFSA, you get to do it again. You're welcome. It's coming right up. It is easier to do the second time around. Most everything is already populated, and you're just going to be pulling in 2017 income information. We will not send out reminders to students until right around winter break. That's when we feel like most people are probably going to be home together and have a little bit of extended time to redo a FAFSA. If you don't file a FAFSA and you have in your previous years, we will continue to harass you and the student via email until you file it or until you tell us you're not going to. You don't, it's not required, but if once you've done it, we kind of assume you're going to, and we'll continue to remind you. October 10th is the first day of payroll for work study. So if you have a student who is working on campus and they decided to apply their funds to their student account, if they turned in hours and they completed their payroll properly, they will be paid on October 10th. It will go to their student account if that's what they set up, or it will go to their own bank account if that's what they set up. If they didn't set either of those things up, we will cut a paper check and send it to their co-box. And nobody wants that. So if you haven't had a chance to do payroll, go ahead and stop by the business office or have your students stop by the business office in the next week or so. Hopefully everybody got to that. We do ask everybody if possible to do payroll, even if you're not doing work study. At some point during your student's career at CO, they're probably going to do some sort of job on campus that will involve getting paid. And it's much easier if we all really have payroll on time. In November, they will register for spring classes. Their accounts need to be current in order to register for spring classes. It will come as a surprise to them that their account is not current. We will have sent the business office, we'll send emails to students letting them know that the account's not current. We encourage their students to always come and talk to us and let us help them through whatever has caused the difficulty. Everything looks pretty good this fall, but every once in a while there's a hiccup or two, and we're very helpful people, so please have them come see us. And the final thing I'm going to mention from this, and we just sort of intended that you would hopefully keep this with you to remind you during the year, because it goes all the way until next summer when we're starting this process all over again, is our priority deadline for the FAFSA is March 1st. So we do for a couple of funds, if you have co-grant, and there's a federal supplemental educational opportunity grant, if you've received some of that, you have to file by March 1st. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much rolled over to the years to next. So I'll go ahead and hand it off to Louie, and then we'll have time for questions after the session.
Hi, my name is Louis Dossotti. I'm the General Manager for the Dining Services. So I oversee the cafeteria and the retail pub area, as well as catering. We do catering on and off campus. And I really want to introduce as well Kelly Kesselring. She's our food service manager. Kelly will be in a cafeteria 5, 6, up to 7 days a week. And she's really the face that the student want to talk to if they have any concerns, any requests with the menu, any allergies, any concerns they've got. Please talk to us. We'll accommodate it as much as possible. So Kelly is in the caf, lunch and dinner almost 7 days a week. So, that said, Lots of good things happening in the cafeteria, in the dining services since last year. We created a new station last year. It's called Simple Servings by Sodexo. Sodexo is a company that runs the dining services. And Simple Serving is a gluten-free and allergen-free station. Very dedicated for students with allergies or gluten allergy as well. So it's a brand new station. If you haven't eaten a caf today, I really encourage you to stop by and have a look so you can get familiar with it. And brand new this year, we just redid our entire furniture in the dining room. If you haven't been in a caf yet, you're going to see the tables and the chair are brand new. There's new concepts. We've got some window seatings. And now you've got some plugs underneath, some outlet where the student can go in and their laptop and their phone and plug it. So it's really a brand new dining room that we've got this year. And we're working on constantly every year making some changes to keep it exciting to come to the cafeteria. Let's talk a little bit more detail. So we have the cafeteria, we're calling it the U as well, the CAF, the U. We think we're going to rename it this year, so that might change, but that's a CAF for now, or the U. It's open 7 days a week. That's where the students will have their breakfast, lunch, dinner. Except on Sunday, we noticed that they struggle to wake up a little bit in the morning. So on Sunday, we only have brunch and dinner, but we're open 7 days a week. If the students sometimes are busy with activities, they might miss a meal. So we do offer in the retail as well, the Charlie's Pub, that's open 6 days a week. They've got the possibility to go over there and do meal exchange or purchase some more food if they want to using their cash or their meal plan as well. So again, if they miss a meal, they can go to the pub. And we just had a good question recently, if they can't make it for lunch. Just come and talk to us and we'll accommodate the request. If somebody says, well, I'm going to be busy from like 10 o'clock until 2 p.m., I can't eat, and we'll give a sack lunch or we'll package something for them so they can come and pick it up before or after, and so they will have the meal. Okay. We don't let anybody not eat. They are so busy with the activity, so we'll just come and talk to us and we'll make it happen. The pub is open until 11 o'clock at night, closed on Saturday. It's more of like a retail hangout area where they get a cup of coffee in the morning. So it's called Charlie's Pub, or the pub. Fried food, burgers, sandwich, very simple food. If they don't like what's in the caf that day, they can go over there and, like I said, switch their meal, so they can use their meal plan at the pub as well. And we've got some retail snacking item, general grocery item as well, like toothpaste, you run out of toothpaste. So we do have that over there. Some things that I want to talk about as well regarding meal plans. So they've got the meals and they've got co-cash as well. Some things that we run into, you don't sign up the meals with me, you sign up with the student development office. I believe it's online. If the student keep running out of meals because they just decided they choose the wrong meal and they didn't realize that, we look at it. We're not going to let anybody go in hungry, but make sure they select the right plan. 11 meals, 16 meals, 20 meals. If you select a 20 meal plan, it gives you food for the whole week. You've got 20 meals a week being open 7 days. So make sure that the child you choose the right meal plan. On the co website, we have a Sodexo as a website as well. That's linked to the co website. It's under Campus Life, the dining services, and you have a link that's going to send you to the Sodexo website. You have lots of information on there, the hours of the CAF. And as well, sometimes if one of the students, it's their birthday and as a parent you can't make it, you have an option to send them a package. So you can send them a cookie platter or a vegetable tray if they want to eat healthy. And you place your order like that, we receive it, we confirm with you that we received the order and we deliver the order to the student. So if it's birthday, anything you want to send, there's an option on the website to go in and just make a send it for them, and then we'll deliver it or we'll get in contact with the student and we'll give it to them. Okay. As well, co-cash. Sometimes they run out of cash before the end of the semester, and you've got the option to just add some cash for them. You go online and you just enter a credit card, and as soon as I get the order, I just contact you as well by email and let you know that I received the order and it's going to be effective immediately. So sometimes we've got a bit of concern, thinking like they're going to run out of food or run out of cash. Don't worry, we'll make it happen anyway. And that's it really for dining service. And I'm going to hand it to Jen for the bookstore.
Question for dining services
Yeah.
or business office. Two things. When does the child's meal plan show up on our MyCo page?
It should be there now.
Echo Mike is what I see, EM. That's not defined anywhere.
Or EM, so
Oh,
EM,
estimated.
yeah, EM is estimated meal plan because they haven't selected anything, so they're automatically enrolled in estimated it's 16 meal plan a week.
Okay.
So it's automatically enrolled.
And the co-cash from every week, does that just keep rolling or
No, the cash doesn't.
It expires every
Yes.
week?
It expires when they run out of it. The meal plans reset every week, so every week it carries over, it resets, but the cash doesn't. It's a declining balance, so it goes down. When they're out, they're out. They can add some more, but it does not carry over.
Every 7 days? I got confused there. I'm
At the end
sorry.
of the semester, it's lost. For the co-cash.
Semester or week?
Semester.
Semester for the co-cash, but the meals are reoccurring every week.
Right, okay. Thank you.
So if it says estimated, can you still select something?
They have, I believe they have all the way until August 31st to make a change in their meal plan. So they got to go to the student development office and tell them which meal plan they want to change. And I believe you can do it online now.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that opens.
But go to the student development office and she'll be able to, Linda Anderson will be able to help you choose the right meal plan.
The title or the explanation on the bill may not change from estimated because it's cost the same. All the meal plans cost the same. So the description may still say estimated, but I think in my code you can see what meal plan that you're on.
And the meal plan can be used at the pub and at here?
Yes.
So where would they use co-cash?
Let's say they want, so what we've been doing in the last couple of years, you can switch a meal from the caf or go to the pub. So that's going to be limited times. The co-cash is why they want to buy a cup of coffee in the morning. If they don't want to go, if they don't want to get the coffee from the cafeteria, which is unlimited, they can just get if they're a Starbucks fan, they want to go and get a latte, cappuccino. They want to go to the pub and get a customized cappuccino or flavored coffee. We don't do this kind of stuff in the cafeteria, because we got a Starbucks coffee station in the pub. So if that's if they want a cup of coffee at 11 o'clock at night when the cafe is closed, they can go to the pub and get a cup of coffee.
And are there gluten-free options in the pub?
We are, yes, we're going to have some little items that are going to be gluten-free as well.
Are any of the meals or food served there? Is it any of that?
No, because gluten-free is very strict. So we have a station dedicated to gluten-free. At the pub, we don't have the option to have a dedicated station. So some of the retail packaged items are going to be gluten-free or allergen-free, but not in the production area.
What day on the cafeteria plan, what day does that roll? You said that's
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
So yeah, so then they don't run out of meals in the middle of the weekend.
okay.
Quick question, my student is actually living at home, can I just send him with extra cash and he can walk in, or do I need to do some kind of co-cash or whatever?
So if you purchase some co-cash, there's some 30% off. So you really want to purchase, come to the office and purchase some co-cash. Most likely, if you buy a certain amount, I'll give you a free meal or something like that. Yeah.
What about the sports students, you know, when they're traveling for like soccer?
Yes.
Do you provide them with a box
Yes.
meal?
Yes, it's part of the meal plan. So we provide like some sack lunch, and usually the coach contact us, and yeah, we provide sack lunch for them. Yes.
Bookstore?
Hi, my name is Jenny Braswell. I'm the manager of the bookstore. So I'm going to go over some of the bookstore basics. We have several options for you at the bookstore. You can rent books new and used, and you can buy books new and used, depending on the title. Not every single book is rentable. I've had quite a few students come in this week, and they've been like, I'm gonna wait until I get to class to get my books. Hey, that's great if you wanna go and look at your syllabus, talk to your professor first, but I'm gonna tell you right now that I only have so many used books. Once the used books are gone, they are gone. I can't call my publisher and say, can you publish me used books? They can't. So I do encourage you to get your books the sooner the better. If it's a book you're not going to use and you find that out the first week of class, they have until September 7th to return the book with a receipt for a full refund. Okay, so I would grab your books, especially used, while you can. We also have some digital titles that are available. So if you are a digital learner, a lot of times you can save money by getting a digital access code, downloading it onto your device. So you certainly can learn that way as well. Co-cash does not work at the bookstore. You do have to purchase the books from me directly. So just so you're prepared, that is a question I get all the time. Can I use co-cash at the bookstore? The answer is no. We price match with Barnes & Noble and with Amazon. The book has to be sold by Amazon and fulfilled by Amazon in order for it to work. There's no third parties, okay? The way that my price match works though is say my book on shelf price is $125 and Amazon or Barnes & Noble have it for $100. You're still going to pay me my $125 shelf price. I'm going to give you the $25 difference back in the form of a gift card. You may use that gift card towards any other merchandise in the store, or you may use it towards another book as long as it's not another price match. I know a lot of folks go, the bookstore is expensive, don't even look there, go right to Amazon. I'm going to tell you right now that I am in a very competitive market and that I am very competitive. Now that we have started price matching, every time I do a price match, that goes to my corporate office. They double check it, they see who's selling it for that price, how are they selling it for that price, what do we need to do to make that price or beat that price. And I have more and more titles every year that I am not any more expensive than your online shopping. It's a lot more convenient. You get it from me, you pick it up from me, you know it's the right book, the right ISBN because that's what the instructor gave me. At the end of the semester, you give it back to me. You don't have to go look for a box. You don't have to pay any kind of shipping. You don't have to print out a label that Chegg has sent you, whatever the case may be. I keep it really simple. My goal is to keep a hassle-free shopping experience. That is my goal. I think I've covered most of the bookstore basics. Does anybody have any questions about the bookstore or their students' books?
If we've already ordered books online and paid for them, when can we pick them up?
You should be able to pick them up now. When you order online, whether it be books or merchandise, my bookstore is the online store. I don't have a warehouse somewhere else for clothing, especially. When you order it, I pull it off the shelf, I put it in a box, or I ship it to you. Books are the same thing, unless I don't have it in stock. I'm a fall-up store. I have over 1,200 stores nationwide. So it may say on the website that the book is in stock, but when you stop in the store, I don't physically have it. It means that one of my other 1,200 stores have it. Go ahead and order it online. You ship to store. It's free shipping. My other 1,200 stores, whoever has to ship it to me within 24 hours. I normally have it within 3 to 5 business days. I do have some titles that I've already sold out of. I have contacted the instructors and let them know that I've run out, that I have more on order. So I have pretty big shoulders with that. So if your student's having any kind of trouble, they just have to come see me. I will communicate with the instructor and I'll make sure that everything's okay. Any other questions? Yes?
Buying back the books?
Yes, we do buy back books if I have a need for them. So a lot of times at the end of this semester, I may not need the books that you just used because we're not using them for the spring semester, but I might need them for the fall semester. So a lot of times the books you're using right now, I might not buy back until the spring. But we make offers. I don't buy back every book. It's really a supply and demand thing. And if I don't have a new demand for it, then I'm not going to want the supply.
you, or do you post a list somewhere?
You can go onto our website, to the Bookstore, and there's a spot that says Cash for Books, and you go into there, and it's kind of like reverse shopping. You put in the ISBN, you put it in your shopping cart, and it'll tell you to mail them in. But whatever they're going to give you online is the same thing I'm going to give you in store. So when you get all done, you can just cancel your order and empty your cart. But you can go online and see if I'm currently buying back that book at any point in time in the year. I am always buying back books if there's a need anywhere for them. And I buy back books for all 1,200 stores, not just for mine. So even if it's a title that you got somewhere else, or a title from last year, or whatever, don't hesitate to check and see if I need it, and I'll gladly make you an offer if I have a need for it. Yes?
Is there a return policy? So let's say if the book isn't one that's like shrink wrapped or something like that, comes to some digital media, and it turns out that the child maybe wants to change courses, so they might have started out in biology, they want to go to chemistry. Is there even a 2-day, 1-day return policy, or is it just?
If it's wrapped in plastic, it says we will not return if the plastic's broken. And that's pretty much true. If you haven't undone the access, if you haven't scratched the access code and used it, and all you've done is open the book, I can make an exception. I really want to work with everybody, but once you've scratched that access code and it says once the plastic is open, you can't return it, I have to stand pretty true to that because I have to throw it away, and those are usually $200 books and up, and I really don't want to eat $200. But as long as that access code hasn't been scratched, I will certainly do my very best to offer you whatever I can and make it right with you to the best of my ability. And if I can't take the code, if I can buy back the book or something like that, if that's an option, again, I will do my best. But otherwise, you have until September 7th to return it to me with the receipt if it's just a regular book. And after that, it's like September 31st with a drop slip. Yes?
How do we know what book is required for a particular class?
Okay, so when your student goes into their MyCo and they go to their schedule, it will tell them that they're taking PSY 101, they're taking Bio 145, and then you click on that and it will give you the book list.
Right up here. I've got Charlie at his, so it's right on the student page, and this is Charlie's schedule. This is Charlie Kohawk. He enrolls at Go every semester, and then here's where he can look up his books.
And that happens. If it says no titles required, no books required, that means that the instructor has gotten a hold of me and that there are no books required. If it says that there's no information available, that means that for some reason I have not connected yet with that instructor and I don't know what they're going to be using yet. And I'm going to be honest, I have a couple of those. So I'm hoping in the first couple days of school, either the instructor will contact me or a student will come in and tell me what's on their syllabus and I'll get it. There's just a few that I haven't been able to connect with. We have a couple of adjuncts that don't quite know that they need to get a hold of me. So there are a few, but we'll get there.
Can you explain the access code that goes along with these books and why they're available sometimes and why they're not?
Well, it's going to depend on the class. Right now, there is a biology class that requires MindTap. MindTap is online homework, and that is what the instructor wants. He doesn't want homework turned in on paper. They want it turned in digitally. So that one you have to have an access code for. It's really all up to the professor if they are using a product that has an access code and if they're requiring the access code. I have other books that are used that when they're in new condition have an access code. They're kind of expensive. The instructor never uses the access code. They don't want it. So then you can get a used copy without an access code and you're perfectly fine in doing that. So it's all specific to the instructor. Yes?
Can you explain what Cengage is?
Yes. Cengage Unlimited. It is a new subscription service that just went live on August 2nd. It's very, very new to us. The folks so far that have used it have found it fairly user-friendly. I haven't had anybody come back in and say this was stupid, this was the worst experience ever. I've had a few come in and say, what do I quit? And I've walked through it with them. So what Cengage Unlimited is again, it's a subscription. You can get it for 1 semester, you can get it for 1 year, or you can get it for 2 years. There's different prices for those. It's a digital library through Cengage. Cengage is a publisher. So with Cengage Unlimited, you pay one price, you have access to all 20,000 titles in their library. So if you're taking that Biology 145, you can get the book and the Mind Tab digitally for $119.99. But if you were also taking Count 1, 2, or 3, that's also a Cengage title. That book's $100, but it would be included in that $119.99. So it would include every Cengage title that your student would need. I have a handful of courses that have Cengage right now. You don't have to do the Cengage Unlimited. Cengage does, though, if you're not a digital learner, and you get the Cengage for the $119.99, and you get the book and the Mind Tab, and you want a hard copy of the book. You send them $7.99 for shipping. They will send you a hard copy of the book. When you're done with it, you have to send them back to them. I'm not a collection spot. I'm not even a middleman. It kind of takes me out of it. I just sell the subscription. Everything past that is on the student, but it's really a neat concept, and so far it's been working really, really well. Did I answer your question, or did I make more questions? Okay, did that create any more questions for anybody else? Yes?
How do we know the titles of the books that Cengage has, and if it is worth for our student to subscribe to?
When you go onto the website like this and you go to your book list, it will list if Cengage is available in there. It will list right on there 4 months, 12 months, 24 months. So that is where it is, and that's how you can kind of make that decision. You can always call me. You can come into the store. I'm really familiar with it. I've been working a lot with it. I've been talking to a lot of people, and we can go over your schedule. I can let you know if it's going to benefit you, and I can tell you what your options are, and then you can choose which is best for you and the learning style of your student. Okay? Yes?
With that application, can you highlight and save those highlights?
You know, that's a really good question. I know with all other digital services you can. So I'm going to say I assume so, but I would be happy to call Cengage and get you that information. Or you can go to Cengage online and check yourself. I don't know for sure, but I'm imagining, I'm 90% sure that you can do that. Anything else? Thank you, I forgot that last time too. I do, since we don't do co-cash, what we do is we have gift cards in the store, and you can put any dollar amount that you want on them. And you can, of course, give them to your student, but I also have a safe place where I keep them in the store. We put your student's name on it. If you want it to be books only, we can put that on it. If you want it to be for anything, you can do that. I put it in a safe place. Student comes in and says, I've got my books here, we ring them up, and they say, I have a card on file with you, a gift card. And then we pull that out of our safe place after we get their ID and verify it's them. We use it, and then we keep it in the bookstore. And that way you're not worrying about having to transfer funds to their account, you're not worrying about having to send me a check, you're not having to worry about how they're going to pay for their books. So if that's something you want to do, you can do that. You can buy the gift cards online too, and put the special instructions that it's for books only, please keep in the bookstore. And I can do that for you too. And they don't expire. Yes?
Can we just leave a credit card with you?
No. No, that's for your security as well as my own. I don't want to be responsible for your credit card. Okay? Anything else?
What are the hours?
The hours? During the normal school year, it's 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, and we're open every home game Saturday. Yes?
Do you take like payments over the phone, or do you prefer
No. If
placing
there's
it online?
Yep, if there's something you want to buy from the store, it's listed online. please purchase it online, put your credit card number safely in online so that none of my other workers, once again, are being held responsible for your credit card information.
Like our son has to get his classes changed on Monday, so we can't get the books, say, today.
Right.
So what I need to do is order it online, have him pick it up.
Yep, you ship to store. The other thing I'm going to tell you too, if you're ordering books online and you want used, it's fine and dandy to put used. One of the things that we'll ask you then is it okay to substitute new? If you put no and you only want a used copy and it's a brand new book, that order is going to float out there until a used book becomes available. That might not be until the end of the semester when kids start bringing books back. Put that it's okay to substitute a new book, and that way you're sure that your student will get a book. If none of my stores have a used book, we'll go ahead and fill the order with a new book, and your student's good to go. Anything else?
Anybody else? Thank you. We will be here in the front if you have questions, otherwise our